What we're alleging is that gain-of-function research was going on in that lab, and NIH funded it.
That is
you can't
not.
get away from it. It meets your definition, and you are obfuscating the truth.
I'm not obfuscating the truth.
Senator
You are the
Paul's
one.
time is expired, but I will allow the witness to.
Let me just finish. I want everyone to understand that if you look at those viruses, and that's judged by qualified virologists and evolutionary biologists, you are implying that what we did was responsible for the deaths of individuals. I totally resent that. And if anybody is lying here, Senator, it is you.
Dr. Tabak, did NIH fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology through EcoHealth?
It depends on your definition of gain-of-function research. If you're speaking about the generic term, yes, we did, but this is research. The generic term is research that goes on in many, many labs around the country. It is not regulated, and the reason it's not regulated is it poses no threat or harm to anyone.
You funded the Wuhan virus.
I would have got away with it if it wasn't for Rand Paul.
Let's talk about it. Now, Elon Musk came out. He's on Fauci's neck.
He choose truth over facts.
He's on his neck because we all know that what Fauci did, what the government did. So Elon demands charges against Anthony Fauci after NIH comes clean on funding gains-of-function research. Everybody been saying this since day one, on at least on the right, if you will. Now, according to the article, Elon Musk demands the arrest and prosecution of Dr. Anthony Fauci on Friday after the National Institute of Health comes clean to Congress and admits funding risky gains-of-function research in Wuhan, China, prior to the outbreak of the COVID, or let me say, the juice pandemic there. This was all a ploy to get Trump out of office. Let's rewind. Everybody remembers, if you watch CNN during the last year of Donald Trump's term, what did you see? You saw a countdown of the deaths that was happening with the Cody, what I'll call it. And they tried and they succeeded. They got him out of there. But Donald Trump called it, Wuhan. He knew where it came from. But they tried to gaslight the public. They basically, see, that's the problem. When Democrats fight you, they don't fight fear. They talked about him saying he's not smart. Try to make the public fear of Donald Trump being the president. Everybody was scared for their life because we never saw nothing like this. But Rand Paul was on it the whole time. And they know how to twist the words up. So when they asked him about it, he said it depends on the definition of gains of function research. If you're speaking about the genetic term, yes, we did. Bingo. Dr. Fauci been lying on oath.
We choose truth over facts.
See, it baffles my mind because when you're dealing with the public, you're dealing with these so-called intelligent people who's running a country, and they can make a mistake and their career is still intact. That's the problem. You should put your career on the line with the decisions that you make with the American people. He said at one point you don't have to wear masks, and then they met with their little Illuminati group, and then all of a sudden they said, oh, no, you need to wear a mask. You need to actually wear 3. But you never saw them out with a mask. Obama had a party. on his little compound. I don't know how, if you was a government official, how'd you get all this money? I don't understand. How you become millionaires plus off of tax dollars, you let me know. But nobody wore a mask at his place. Nancy Pelosi's like 100 years old. She didn't wear a mask when she was getting her hair done. It was gaslighting us like a mug. And they shut us down. They messed up the economy. However, he did say, and he continued to say it now, he said, no, I'm going to leave it to the states to make that decision. I'm not going to be, and that's one thing I do like about him. I don't want to be a dictator. Whatever your state do, that's what y'all do. And he fully supports it. That's what he said. But Fauci gaslighted us this whole time, and something needs to be done. And that's why they're scared that Donald Trump is going to be elected in 2024, because the gloves are off. And they know that because they tried it. The same thing Joe Biden was doing when he kept documents in Delaware since he was a vice president with Obama. That had to be like 10 years ago. They didn't raid his house. Social media, Zuckerberg and the rest of those guys who own these platforms, these Democratic platforms, they suppressed the Hunter Biden situation because New York Post basically stated that someone had the laptop, and we saw the laptop, but they tried to hide it until after the election. Is that not tampering with the election? Because once they did a poll after the election, they said at least 40 to 50% of the people said they wouldn't have voted, or they would consider not voting for Joe Biden if they knew this was going on. If this would have happened to Trump kids, it would have been out there. They are scared that Trump is going to come for them. He knows more now. See, when he was the president before, he didn't know anything, or the law, what he can do. But now, the gloves are off. The NIH confirmed, and they're hiding Fauci. Fauci's now 83 years old. He fumbled the AIDS epidemic in the 1980s, and he's continuing to do it. Honestly, we need to get these old people out of Congress, out of these power positions, because they are not in tune with the country, and that's my take on it. What do you guys think about this situation where the NIH actually now telling the truth, and it's interesting, it's right before the election? My opinion, let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.